What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Two Dope Brothers. I'm Brady Septillion, that is...
Jamie Starr.
What's going on, world? Hey, whoo!
Back at it again.
We're going to have to talk about your cousin, man.
Who?
You know, your partner from Chicago.
Who is that?
Man, I don't even want to say this brother's name.
R. Kelly?
Oh, no, we ain't talking about Kels. We ain't got that kind of time, bro.
Kanye West?
Mr. West. Wake up, Mr. West. Wake up, Mr. West, boy. You woke, brother. You were very woke. On what? I have no idea. What you
right.
woke.
And every time he talks, I think he's waking up all of us.
Bro. He even starting to sound like Trump. You know how Trump be talking? Kanye be talking like, bro, I'm a fucking genius, bro. I know in the genius in me.
I don't know what it is. But you know what I noticed, man? I'm going to tell you the truth. I truly believe that Kanye West thinks he is the modern day Tupac Shakur. I think some of his shock commentary, his cultural shock commentary, his social shock commentary. If you look back at old Tupac videos or interviews and the social injustices that Tupac were talking about, now don't get me wrong, I think his thinking was very in line with Black America and what's going on. Kanye, I believe, is following a so-called Tupac Shakur guideline with shock responses, talking about social issues, talking about entertainment, talking about cultural issues, but it's convoluted. And it does not have the political, you know, Tupac had the history of his name and the family behind him, and he came straight out of the Black Panther movement, so that gave him supreme legitimacy with the black culture. Kanye West wants to be that. I truly believe he wants to be the voice, the Tupac Shakur of Black America today, but he just is not. And his decision on his wife and the family he's involved with, it dilutes a lot of the things that he says culturally, in my opinion. And what has he done in Chicago? Chicago's in the worst state he's ever been in. And being from there, I can say that. And I haven't heard anything that Kanye has done. Has he built a center? Has he donated some money to these public schools?
Bro, I'm love.
What does that mean?
Bro, listen. Love. I love hate. And I hate love. But I love. Nigga, you high? That's what I'm thinking. Like, boy, I'm supposed to take 3 pills, but I'm only taking 2, and my mans go and get the pills for me. I'm like, dog, you'll end up with some fentanyl in your shit. That's what's about to happen. Because he's clearly out there, and I understand what he's trying to say. I get what he's trying to say about slavery being a choice, the mental side of it, and the mental ramifications years after. Because technically, Willie Lynch syndrome and the other slave masters on how we turn each other against each other. I get what he was trying to say. He's just not very articulate. And that's the sad part. And that comes to the lack of formal education. And actually, I take that back. Because you can be educated and not attend classes. So that speaks to the lack of his ability to take time to become a better orator. And I'm actually surprised because he's a decent lyricist. So the fact that he can't fully formulate sentences outside of syncopated beats makes me really question who we've been looking at this whole time. So clearly something is off, and I hope this brother gets help. But one thing he is doing, he's forcing us to have a conversation.
Oh, he's definitely doing that. I think his level of understanding and a lot of his verbal jargon is convoluted when you break it down. But yeah, it's confusing, is definitely controversial, and I think he really believes that he's gonna make some kind of difference. The slave comment, here again, it was confusing to me because you broke it down a little bit off camera to me on what he was trying to say. Because I don't believe that anybody would want slavery to be a choice. I mean, who would want that? I mean, it's like a little kid saying, a kid comes home from school and says, Mom, I choose to have my ass whooped today. I mean, nobody does that.
But you did if you did something wrong.
Well, you
See
denied.
what I'm saying?
Well, you denied that you did
Mom,
something
I
wrong.
did this, so I choose to get the dad.
But you don't walk in the kitchen and say, Mom, I'm getting ready to pull my pants down, and here's the belt, and whoop my behind for 2 minutes because I messed up in school today. So nobody chooses pain, suffering, degradation, and death, rape, and pilfering your entire country and nation and continent of Africa. So that statement is a little bit deranged to me. But I don't know. What do you think,
bro? Love. I didn't mean to offend you, brother. If I offended you, man, can I hug you? I'm gonna say, Negro, how many people you gonna hug? You gonna hug the wrong. And the dude was finna steal him. If y'all didn't see the TMZ interview, you gotta see it. Dude was finna piece him up when he went over there to hug him.
Oh, he went over there to hug him?
Oh, he went over to hug, bro. Bro's like, dog, man, I ain't messing with you, dog. But come over here playing with me, man. You know, just dog, bro, with love.
So the brother on TMZ was
not
was
the light
upset.
skinned one with the dark skin.
Yeah, that speaks pretty good. Yeah,
he's like, man, I've defended you for years when you've been wilding out, but you done fucked up now, Kanye. Yeah, I'm not fucking.
Was it over
you.
the slave comment?
Yeah, it was over the whole. He's like, dude, I'm done with you, bro.
Yeah.
You're tripping.
Yeah,
I'm always rocking with you.
And don't forget this: that it makes Kanye look really, really bad and a sellout and a delusional modern day black man when he makes that statement and he's married to a white woman.
She's not white. She's
Armenian or whatever. But of course, in typical America and black and white culture, I guarantee that what she writes down on her driver's license or what she checks off is white, because there's no Armenian on there. It says white, black,
other,
Hispanic, and other. Yeah. And they live in white neighborhoods. They go to white schools. Everything that she has done has been white assimilated. And her mother's white, right?
But she got that tutu
that she bought.
That booty bought.
Yeah, she got a.
She got a B square, the bought booty.
No,
she had
a decent one in the beginning.
I knew the breast was bought.
Nah,
breast B square. She got a BB too.
Yeah,
booty.
She wouldn't done. Yeah.
Oh man, you done hurt my heart, Kim. I ain't mess with you.
Yeah.
Ray J, why you do this to these brothers, man? All these brothers done fell in that hole. How are you the only one that escaped that ended out better off? Everybody else that fell in that hole. Your boy Reggie Bush's career went downhill as soon as he started hitting it. Who was the other cat? The basketball player downhill.
Lamar Odom.
No, before Lamar, the white dude that was howling at us.
Oh, is she married for a few minutes? Yeah.
Downhill. It's like, dog, it's gotta be like Sunshine. All this
throw it up in the air.
Man, he gonna be lying on where he at, huh? Tutu. I was like, I ain't never seen this many brothers running up behind the same white chicks every time.
And they publicly doing it. It's one thing when you were a kid and you lived in a neighborhood and you might have got together with one of the chicks that was a little bit easy back in the day, but you never told anybody, or you just told your best friend. But you don't get on public television and you know, you're marrying them, you're having babies with them, you end up on drugs and freaked out, and it doesn't make any sense. And all of these distractions, I think, is killing his creativity as a musician.
Clearly. Now I'm gonna tell you, Life of Pablo, I don't care what y'all say, that was his best album in a long time.
I hadn't heard it.
I
hadn't heard it.
Hands down. That made me start messing with him again. But I always knew something was wrong. Something was wrong with him on the first two. Y'all keep acting like he hasn't been like this, like he just changed after his mama died. You can see when somebody wild in their eyes.
You think he had traumatic brain injury like the football players from the car accident?
Hell yeah.
Maybe he was crazy as a kid. But tell me this: what do you think about does Kanye? Even Common for that matter, but Common doesn't make these public crazy statements like Kanye is making. Kanye made a comment about Barack Obama. It wasn't nothing because he didn't do anything for Chicago. Is there any fiduciary duty for Kanye to do things in Chicago? And maybe he's doing it and nobody knows about it, but he's such a public person and such a vocal person that if he donated $3 million to the Chicago public schools, I think he would be telling the whole world.
Yeah,
do you think he should be doing anything in Chicago, being from there, and all the stuff that's going on?
I can't tell you what to do with your money. Okay, I've done a lot of philanthropic ventures over the past, just because I've been a benefactor of scholarships at some point in my life. So I've always believed in giving back. I can't tell him what to do with his money. The problem I had when he popped off at Barack was, dog, there's an easier way to do that. If you felt like he wasn't doing enough, why don't you put your money up in something and then do a quote-unquote challenge and put it on the internet? Hey, I challenge President Barack Obama to either show up to this event or put some money behind this event for Chicago. That puts the ball in his court, and you're putting your money up too, and you ain't just popping off at the mouth because, yo, you out of pocket, dog. Yeah. Real talk.
And even Chance the Rapper, I don't know if you know this, Chance the Rapper donated $1 million or a couple $1 million to the Chicago public schools. I think they divided up to like 10 schools or something, 100,000 per school. And so that's a great thing. Yeah. Kanye's been out here a lot longer, and
but he was in debt for all the his gal. I'm flying over. I'm young and I'm alive. Ooh. I just booked a private jet to fly over personal debt. Ooh.
Yeah.
But he got that money from his gal to pay it off.
Okay.
But this goes back to what we talked about black wealth and money. A lot of us are first, second generation, mostly first generation money. And we will get into a business we don't know anything about.
Yeah.
And instead of having a partner, for example, if I'm going to get into clothing, which I think is just the most ass backwards thing for a black entrepreneur to get into. That's my personal belief. But I'm not going to do the clothing by myself. I'm going to try to do a joint venture with a company that's been around for 40, 50 years. Because they probably have all the textiles. They have the stuff set up. I'm just bringing my money and my ideals and my vision to partner with somebody who's been down that road. And going into something by yourself, you're going to fail forward. You're going to have a ton of turbulence to figure it out. Why even go through that? Even Master P, when he started in music business and got that 80-20 deal, he still had a partnership. Granted, he had to put up the 200 to 250 grand for the marketing for him to own the majority of his content and get the lion's share, but he still had a distribution deal, which is a partnership with somebody who's been in the game longer than him. We have to do better, people. That's basic financial analysis. That's darn near arithmetic. Me plus you equals more than just me.
And like we said before, even in our last episode with Monique, I mean, you have these entertainers that are making more money than black entertainers have ever made. And at the end of the day, ownership of their content, owning their own companies, that gives you way more leverage to get things done on who you can hire. If you have a thorough thinking process, then you can hire thorough people just like you. But we have to stop asking, we got to stop complaining, yelling and raising our arms up and asking for somebody else's help. If you feel that strongly about certain issues and certain content and certain businesses, and you have the money, I'm not talking about Joe Blow on the 63rd and King Drive that works a 9 to 5. These people are making millions and millions of dollars, have millions and millions of followers. That's power. So they can form corporations and have the right lawyers and to start their own companies and actually make change. You can do it a little bit at a time. You cannot force Kanye wanting to do a clothing line. First of all, does he know anything about fashion? Did he go to designer school or any of that stuff? Does he know how to cut? If you don't have a background in that, you shouldn't be doing it. Secondly, if you do a joint venture with a Ralph Lauren or one of those individuals, this guy's been in the business his whole life. he's not going to go listen to a musician tell him how to make clothing. You can have an idea, but if you don't have the money and have your own company to create it, once you pass it to Ralph Lauren or Tommy Hilfiger, it becomes theirs. Period. So, yeah, you want to do a joint venture, but you want to also be able to bring your own money, your own team to the table. You don't just wave your arms and say, hey, I'm Kanye West. This is what I want. And it's an 80-20 deal. But I need to use all your people. I need to use all your contacts to get it done. The person with the power is the person that's going to have ownership.
I agree with you. And that takes me back to this. I've always operated this way. If I'm going to get into something that I don't know, I'm going to go work for that person.
And learn at the ground level.
Learn at the ground level. So, one, it shows I'm not messing around. I'm taking this very seriously. So, once I do form my own corporation, I know the ins and outs of how the thing should work. And then if I turn around to partner with that person, well, first of all, they know I was trained properly because I learned underneath them as an apprentice. And even some of the time, I might even be working for free or whatever their minimum wage is, just to be like, okay, I'm like everybody else. Teach me the game. And I go up and then I go back out, get my own money and come back in. And then I either do it on my own or I'm a partner. And I think that's what we're missing. But I think in the age of Instagram and Twitter, people miss that. They just, oh man, I got my bread. I'm finna do this. No. First of all, finna is not even the correct word. You illiterate son of a gun. I read a book. I'm going to do this. There's a reason why you have to be a journeyman or an apprenticeship before you can be a journeyman to become an electrician, a plumber, a carpenter, drywall. It takes time to learn. And then once you learn the basics and you get out there to perfect your craft, like, let's not kid ourselves. Ralph Lauren and Lacoste were the shit for a long time. You know, until Ralph Lauren sold out to the Gap, then it's just cookie cutter. But up until a certain point, that was the creme de la creme outside of, I don't ever count Gucci because I've always been too big to even fit in that shit. Y'all need them.
So when you put it on, it goes from Gucci to Uchi.
Gucci. It be Chi, nigga. It's Chi, man. That boy got on that Chi. That boy over there got that Chi-O.
That G gets stretched all the way out till it disappears.
Oh. Yo, we really appreciate y'all tuning in. Here's what we need y'all to do, man.
Pray for Kanye for one.
Pray for Alhamdulillah, brother. And tell the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, brother Farrakhan, I got the bean pie that you sent me, brother.
Well, you know, Farrakhan got to be calling Kanye. They both Chicago guys.
Yeah, calling Kanye.
He got to be saying, brother, if nothing else, either come to the mosque or get off television and get off them damn drugs. Because you saw what they did to Lamar Odom. It almost killed him.
Yeah, brother Odom, hey, and you was one of my favorite basketball players, man. I'm going to tell you something. We're going to leave with this note. One of my college coaches, one of my closest homies, he said this to me, B. He's like, I want you to always remember this. Pussy is undefeated.
That's very true.
So choose wisely.
That's very true.
I'm Brady Septillion, and that is
Jamie Starr.
And we out.